I wanted to really do this because, you know, I always hear people saying stuff about like, you know, they want a sugar daddy or they need some money, they don't want to work. Okay, but y'all need to know everything that come with it, and I have a good story that pretty much covers all the P's and Q's and everything. I was working at like a warehouse or whatever, and I just was like hating it, and like I was just really tired of like working a 9 to 5, and I'm like, how can I make money and really not like have to do too much, you know what I'm saying? And I decided like, I'm fine, why not get somebody to pay for my time?
I beg your pardon?
So I decided to do that. I decided to, you know, so I started Googling. Google is your friend, don't forget that. I started Googling like, okay, how can I, like, where to find sugar daddies at? Because, you know, you can find them at bars where a lot of them go to, or, you know, you can find them online and sugar daddy websites, and that's how I found mine. We're going to call him Donald. They don't want nobody that's like all on social media or all that. Like, they kind of want you to be, you know, the girl next door, low key. The sugar daddy that I'm talking about is the first person that messaged me, and he wanted to meet that day. I'm like, that day? Like, you would meet today? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then another thing is I had to work, so I was like, dang, should I take the chance and miss work and go meet this old ass, handsome ass, white ass sugar daddy, or should I go to work and live my miserable 9 to 5? Bitch, y'all know what I chose. I went to go meet him. I met him at the Walmart parking lot or whatever, and you know, he had like a dozen roses.
You played yourself.
I'm like, this the feds. This the feds, and I'm gonna go to jail because they probably think I'm trying to hoe.
It's an outside.
He pulled out an envelope. He, you know, I like peeked in the envelope like while he was talking or whatever. $200. So I opened it up. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, thank you or whatever. Let me let y'all know that set the bar for ever any sugar daddy, any trick after that. That set the bar because that's what I expected when I met somebody, for them to have the money up front.
Only women can feel like not doing normal life activities and stop because somebody else will come and do it for them. That's a different type of entitlement, but more on that later. She said that man set a bar. So all other men that came after that has to reach that bar at bare minimum. The concept of that is exactly the reason why women that have multiple relationships are destroyed. They have expectations that has to meet higher and higher and higher and higher. And these standards start to become pointless things. And that starts turning the good things into bad things because they're not great. I give you an example. If a woman goes on a date and she cool, she can vibe with somebody. Let's say this date usually is like around $100. She don't really care. She meets a guy that took her on the first date, and this date is now $400. And she realized like, oh, this is a way better restaurant. It's way nicer. It's better waitresses. For now on, I need a guy that's going to spend at least $400 on the date. She can make her own choices, fine. But now when somebody feels like they deserve something, that means even when you come in and you spend $150 on a date, whether it's a lot to you or not, she looks at it like, that little bit of stuff, that's not good enough for me. Then that brings out more entitlement. Now she's not going there to just vibe. Now she's going there to say like, in order for me to vibe with you, I need to have this. So even when you start doing good for somebody, it seems like it's bad because it's not great. That'd be like a girl say, you know what? How about we do the first meetup in the park? And I say, okay. When I get there, she has all the things that she cooked laid out nice and pretty. Now I come there and I say, oh, wow, I didn't expect that. And she say, yep, I want you to taste this. I want you to taste this. I like doing this. Now, when I go and meet another woman, I'm looking at her like, what did you cook? And she like, what do you mean? And I'm like, nah, you're not good enough for me. The last one had a spread waiting for me. How dare you come here without a spread?
How dare you?
Next, be gone, peasant.
Ladies, if you are doing sugar daddies or tricks or whatever y'all trying to do or whatever, money up front.
No!
Long story short, we made an arrangement. He wanted to do bi-weekly. Now let me tell you this, ladies. If they want to do bi-weekly and pay you an allowance, which is like giving you money or whatever bi-weekly, they want your time.
No shit, Sherlock.
I wanted to do monthly, but as I started understanding what he wanted to see me like every week, like a lot. We got the arrangement set up or whatever, and then we would meet up, and we would always meet up somewhere like super duper public. Like open bars, like, you know, the ones that like day parties and stuff like that. Like we would meet up at places like that. And like, of course, let me tell you this, ladies, especially if you're black and you have a white sugar daddy, people are gonna stare, but guess what? People aren't paying your bills. Let's start with the allowance. The allowance was always on time. He was really, really like good about that. Keep in mind, he was like 60 something years old, and he really just wanted some company.
Cap.
We're meeting up, he's giving me money, like I'm taking money, you know what I'm saying? And so like the arrangement was like $500 like every week, so it ended up being like $2,000 a month. Like, I don't care what nobody say. $2,000 for hanging out with somebody? Come on now. $2,000, like, bitch, not doing nothing, just hanging out with your ass.
Cap.
And making up a whole life. Because I didn't tell him about me, like, you know, fake name, fake age, fake everything. You know what I'm saying? For 2 racks. I felt like I was being a paid actress.
It's not because she was black that people were staring. She could have been any ethnicity. She could have been Asian. They look at an old man with a young woman all done up. They're automatically going to think you are what you are because perception is real. When they see that old man with her, everybody's just thinking like, I know that's not his home health aide. Somebody tricking. And women will make it seem like just because you're cute, you're going to get some money from a sugar daddy. That's furthest thing from the truth. Now, granted, there's some women that finesse some type of men. Oh, the sugar daddy's going to want way more than just giving you money. But I'll let her explain that.
He ended up like, you know, he started like actually catching feelings and wanting more. And this is when like started to like really change because he would want me to like go to his like family events and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, no, this is not cool or whatever. So I'm the one that was like, hey, maybe we should like, you know, slow it down a little bit. And at the time, I was picking up different sugar daddies and picking up tricks. His money was kind of coming irrelevant. So I needed some money. I think I was behind on my car note.
Stupid.
And it's because I was like partying and like just living like a wild lifestyle and stuff like that. So I needed some money. I called him like crying. I mean, this is the best cry I ever did. Like I can't do it for y'all right now, but it was like, so I was crying and I was like, I need money, Donald. I don't have anything. And he's like, what about all the money I've been giving you? And keep in mind, he was buying me stuff too. So like also like, it's all gone. I was robbed, you know? So like he was really falling for it and stuff. He was like, okay, well, what do you need? And I'm like, I told him like $8,000 or something like that. Like a large sum that was just ridiculous because I planned on cutting him off.
What?
So I got a large sum that was just ridiculous, you know? And he was like, I don't have that right. I'm like, you know what? Nobody has my back. You don't have it right now. My mom doesn't have it right now. God doesn't have it right now. No one has it, you know? So like, y'all, I was just acting a fool. He was like, I'll take out a loan. I said, great idea. Great idea. Take out that loan.
It's an evil world we live in.
He had put in for a loan or whatever, and they had it pending. But the thing is, like, I know his credit score and stuff like that, so I didn't know why they had it pending. So I thought he was lying. But then he wrote me back the next day, and he's like, okay, I took out the loan, and I'm gonna send you $2,000. And I'm like, okay, well, why can't you send like all the money or whatever? But I didn't really say that. But like, I knew he wanted to keep me in his pocket, so I was like, oh, okay. Send the $2,000 or whatever. All right, he sent me the $2,000 or whatever. I paid my car note. I probably did some other shit. Bought some bundles or some shit. You know, some negligent ass shit.
This right here is a famous quote by Socrates that's hitting home right now. Trust not a woman when she weeps, for it's her nature to weep when she wants her will. Damn, that's powerful. Entitlement and privilege is invisible to those who have it. Imagine being with somebody that did nothing for a lifestyle and didn't expect you to come in and maintain a lifestyle they didn't create for themselves. They'll look at the average man and say that he's a bum because he doesn't have enough to give. Meanwhile, they're getting everything for free and they still got nothing to give. Fantastic. And it's crazy, after all that money, she spent it. And it shows you another thing about women that's doing all this. You would think if you start selling your time, you will be doing this for a good reason. Nope. She did it for no such reason. Think about this. Women are 80% of the consumer base, and most of their things are paid for by men. So most of the times they're going out on a date, they're not paying for that. Most of the holidays, the guys pay for. If she wants anything, she can get it from a guy. That means a woman's money is really hers. And then she still don't have any. So that means you done spent all your money and somebody else's. That's crazy.
But at that point, like, I was so far gone in other stuff, I didn't even care to try to finesse the other $6,000. Keep in mind, he done gave me more money than anybody gave me my whole life. Like, and I'm not talking about just the $2,000 a month. He was buying me stuff, buying me groceries, still paying my electricity bill, still helping me pay my rent. So he was like, you know, doing all this extra stuff for me and stuff like that. So finally I was just like, I'm done. Like, I'm just over it. Like, it was too much. He was making me do too much for the money that was coming easy from somewhere else. I had blocked him or whatever, but I'm gonna speed this story up because later on, a few months later, I need him.
What do you mean by that?
All the other tricks done dried up. So when I had called him back up, I told him that one of my closest friends at the time had like beat me up and robbed me again and took all my stuff or whatever. So I'm calling him crying again like, she beat me up. That's why I stopped talking to you, because my face was swollen. I didn't want you to see me like this, Donald. Daddy, please. So I did all that or whatever. And then I got him back in my pocket and like he was giving me money and stuff like that. And then at the same time, I was in Houston with my little little cha-cha, that's what I'm gonna call my little cha-cha. So he had sent me the money while I was in Houston or whatever, and he had sent me probably like $800 or whatever, and I had got a nice hotel and I want to do a little shopping or whatever. But at the same time, a light clicked in my head like, I don't want to deal with this motherfucker again. So again, I blocked his number.
Damn.
After he sent me the money, I blocked his number again. And honestly, like, he was a good person. Like, he probably didn't deserve to be finessed. But let me tell you, if I didn't do it, somebody would have did it. You know what I'm saying? Let it be the champ right here.
Women like this aren't bad for just what they did. They're bad because they're capable of doing things like that. I always say never leave a woman because she cheated on you. Because cheating is something that you can get over. In fact, you should get over it. But you do leave her because she's capable of cheating on you. So when men get back with women that cheated on them, they're getting back because they forgave them for whatever they done. But if they always keep in mind that this is a person that's capable of doing that, that means I cannot determine your future actions. And for that, you're disqualified forever. Now, this is very important. To understand the mindset of a person like this, it takes a certain type of person to do things like this. This is not normal. This is a person that will lie and cheat just to get what they want. And it's not even just lying and manipulating to get what they want. It's the extent that they will go to do it. When a person will lie on their own well-being, convince good people that other people did them wrong and they need help, and then a good person comes in and say, I will help you because you seem like you're vulnerable, and they take advantage of that person, that's a different type of being. And you can do that over and over again. And this could be male or female. This is no different from like the Tinder swindler doing this. There are sugar daddies out there that women don't really have to do much, and then the sugar daddy would just give them the money. And in most of those cases, it don't last. And even more of those cases, it don't go like that. You're going to have to do something. The debt payers are going to come to collect. And when they come to collect and the person doesn't have the money to pay them back, that's when those relationships end and the person has to continue the cycle. And once the streets realize you're comfortable being on them, it's like,
Got him. We f***ing got him.